Welcome back, friends. Check it out, check it out. This is my Jamis Renegade gravel bike slash touring slash bikepacking slash occasional cyclocross bike. Can do a lot of things with this bike right here. I recently sold my old cyclocross bike and another bike, and I said I really need to replace this because I want to be doing some gravel grinders and some bikepacking. So I started checking out to see what was out there available. For once in my life, I decided not to spend a ton of money. I was going to start looking at the lower end of these bikes because I knew there were some really good lower end builds out there. I didn't need to go out and buy the latest carbon fiber 18-pound electronic shifting made in Taiwan bike. So I went with this. The other bike I looked at was the Salsa Journeyman that just came out this year. It's getting a lot of press. Problem was I couldn't find one around here. So, but from looking at the spec sheet and digging up some videos on it, I was able to make a pretty informed decision. And let me show you how I came to make that particular decision to buy this one. Now let's talk about the price. This bike here, this is what they call the Expat build, as in expatriate. It'll run you $11.99 MSRP, and the Salsa Journeyman in what they call the Sora build is $10.99. So $100 difference between the Jamis and the Salsa. Both bikes come in a variety of builds, and they both offer a 650 wheel set version. These are regular 700C wheels here on these. The Jamis Expat is the lower end of the Renegade series, whereas the Journeyman Sora build is the higher end of that particular line. Let's talk about the frame material real quick because everybody's always interested in that. The Jamis here has Reynolds 520 chrome moly steel tube set. The Salsa Journeyman is something they call Salsa Journeyman specific. So I don't know if it's 7075, 6061, whatever it is, it's an aluminum frame. Both come with carbon forks, and this one has a really cool design on it. The Jamis has external cable routing, whereas the Journeyman is all internal, which really makes that bike look really sleek. So if you get a chance to look at it on the internet, you'll see what I'm talking about. Real clean looking bike. As far as the weight, obviously the lower end builds aren't going to be the lightest thing out there, and this is a steel bike. It's going to weigh in at 24.2 pounds. Strangely enough, the all aluminum Journeyman only weighs 24.1 pound. So you're talking about virtually identical weight, steel versus aluminum. As far as the build kit, the Jamis here comes with a Shimano Tiagra 10-speed derailleur, shifters, and a cassette. FSA Gossamer Mega Exo cranks, and you're going to get a 50-34 chainring combo on this one. The Salsa is going to be Shimano as well, but it's going to be the Sora Group O, which is a little one step down from the Tiagra, but the main thing is it's 9-speed. You're going to get 9-speed Shimano derailleur, shifters, and you're going to get a Sunrace cassette versus the Shimano you get here. And it comes with the FSA VeraPro cranks and a 40-30 chainring set. Both of these are going to have the KMC chain. As far as wheel set is concerned, both are going to have WTB wheels on them. This is what they call the STP I-23 version. They're both tubeless ready, both disc obviously. The Salsa comes with WTBs, but it's the I-19 version. It's a little narrower rim. The Jamis has a 12mm through axle on the front, and you will need, I believe it's a 6mm wrench for that, and it has a skewer on the rear. Don't ask me why. It'd be nice to have through axle front and rear. The Salsa Journeyman is going to have skewers front and rear, no through axle on the Salsa. As far as the tires, This is a real popular tread design, the Clement MSOs. You're going to get a 36mm version on this one, and on the Salsa you're going to get the WTB Riddlers, which is also a popular tread design, and it's going to be a 37mm version. These are both wire beads, I believe, so they're going to be heavier, not expensive. My suggestion is just ride these things, wear them out, ditch the tubes, and replace them with your favorite folding tubeless tire. Now the brake set on the Jamis here is the TRP Spire mechanical disc, both front and rear, utilizing 160mm rotors, both front and rear. Now the Journeyman is going to have Pro-Max disc, and I'm really not sure about those. I don't have any experience with Pro-Max, but the Pro-Max DSK, and it also has 160mm rotors. Now up here in the cockpit on the Jamis Expat here, you're going to have an all Ritchie cockpit. You're going to get a Ritchie aluminum handlebar, aluminum stem, and aluminum seat post. This is not their WCS lightweight racing stuff. It's just your regular run-of-the-mill aluminum. And on the Salsa, it is all Salsa branded aluminum, and both bikes utilize stainless steel hardware. There's not any lightweight titanium anywhere here on the bike. As far as additional mounting bosses are concerned, here on the carbon fork you've got these two right here, so you can mount some of those larger Blackburn cages here, or the Salsa cages, to carry quite a bit of gear. Got another boss right here to help to mount fenders, racks, additional water bottle holder down here, more mounts here on the stays, and down here at the dropouts. The Salsa does utilize an extra set of mounting bosses right up here on the top tube, but to tell you the truth, I'm going to have a bag up there and it would be in my way anyway, but that's what they have. So how did I come to make my decision between these two? Steel versus aluminum, that's the first thing. I'm always going to pick steel over aluminum just for ride quality. And when you're talking about no weight penalty, why would I do that? That's just a no-brainer. The other thing is the 2x10 drivetrain versus 2x9 and the chain ring. This is exactly what I had on my cyclocross bike. Worked out really great for me, and for my style of riding, the 10 speed is going to be a lot better. In my opinion, the TRP brakes are just going to be superior to something called Pro-Max that I've never heard of. I'm just guessing that, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I think that's a plus. As far as the wheel set, they are basically the same wheel set, except this is a wider wheel set, and I think that's going to be more versatile when I decide to go up to larger size tires. So I just think the wider rim is going to benefit me a lot more, and that way it doesn't distort the tire profile. The through axle on the front is a plus, but putting a skewer on the rear, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. What was that going to cost me? Another $5 to put a through axle front and rear, but no big deal. So, but I just thought that was a plus versus the Salsa Journeyman. Now you got to give props to the manufacturers for listening to the riders, and they did it pretty quick too, because they started producing bikes that you can do so many things with, just by adding more tire clearance, some extra mounts, for bosses, fenders, whatever you want to do, extra water bottle cages. The new generation of these so-called adventure bikes are ready for the road, gravel, commuter, bike packing, cyclocross, bike touring, just kind of whatever you want to do with nothing more than just a tire change. So for many people, this is truly a one bike solution. No, it might not be the lightest carbon framed, racing steed out there, but and I don't have electronic shifting or anything, but if you're looking for a bike that you can have a blast on, and not spend a ton of money and do a lot of different things by just changing wheels, I think these two bikes are a good place to start, and this is why I picked the Jamis. So if you want to see this thing rigged out for bike packing, I'm going on a trip next week. Check back for that video, because I think you'll enjoy that too, because I've already spec'd it out and looks like everything's going to fit pretty good. So there you have it, folks. The reason I picked the Jamis Renegade Expat over the Salsa Journeyman. Let me know what you think. If you got any thoughts, be glad to entertain those down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to give us the old thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out the rest of our videos. So until next time, you guys be safe, and I hope to see you out on the road on your new gravel grinder. Adios.